Hey guys. All right.
Man, it's gonna say, I thought just you and me and the boss, but I see Caroline there. So we're not alone.
Hi.
I might get some fresh blood in. Uh, yeah, I'll see. I'll do a quick poll with everybody, but I'll give people a few more minutes to kind of hop in. If they don't, that's fine.
Mhm.
I'll do a WhatsApp poll real quick, but I just did an event in New York Tech Week, and surprisingly, uh, there's a large demand for I did like a quick survey for like AI help and accountability, and there's a good chunk of people that also want accountability help, so I might pull them over, but I wanted to make sure everybody's kind of cool with that first.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
works
There's
for me.
a, oh, sorry, go ahead, Caroline.
Oh no, I said that works for me.
Okay.
Well, and Grace, you mentioned an experiment to start. So there's a graduation ceremony. It's been 7 or 8 months. On
Yeah.
to the next one. They force stop. I like to keep going, of course, but just want to make sure, just thinking
Yeah.
holistically for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's like and I didn't do too much in the WhatsApp group, just intentionally kind of see where people are, if they're self-motivated to show up and all that. Yeah, I mean, just can't, I'm not sure where I want to take it, but I think like it would make sense to get in like a fresh batch of people. And
Mhm.
if you guys, whoever wants to continue in this group can continue in this group, it's fine. I'll probably keep it at the same time just because we already have this as a standing time. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to do that. So I'll before I do any of that, let you guys know and kind of keep you posted. But it won't change the format. It'll still be this similar format of just kind of running through where everybody is, and then I think like still interchanging every other week in terms of like getting the milestones in, and then doing some kind of workshop session around stuff that I'm realizing in real time. Um, yeah. For Ilya and Busola, I just was mentioning that as this group is dwindling down in numbers, I have like another 30 or so people that are interested in participating um, in what we've been doing, this kind of accountability stand up. And so I might be bringing in like a fresh batch of people. Cool.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. Well, yeah, might as well just jump into it. Takeshi's also joined in, but yeah. Jason, you want to go ahead and share kind of where things are with you? I know that yours is primarily getting it now to the monetization standpoint. I mean, you have the product, you got users, right? So yeah, walk us through where that's at.
Yeah, just at like the 5 yard line for the past month. So
Okay.
just found some more bugs in core product workflows that I just don't feel meet the quality bar.
Okay.
So opening a waitlist later this week. So I kind of put the next one like just open the damn waitlist at this point.
Mhm.
The silver lining is this forced me to taking what you share, taking what I've been developing with my AI workflows to build an always on Corvally analyst that goes through user data, post hoc, Supabase, renovate security. And it's just constantly going through pruning, looking for these types of bugs, doing QA. So that's helped immensely.
Mhm.
It just I kept finding things manually,
Got
and
it.
it just wasn't scaling. So that forced me to get ahead of this. And
Got it.
yeah, so like this week, just got to open up. I would say the floodgates is still only like 50 people, and I bet five will probably even end up paying after the 2 week trial.
Yeah.
So it's just got to keep going. But I need the wait list to be off and
Yeah.
people to pay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll just say, yeah, you need to get people into it as quickly as possible. You need to figure out like also just as it relates back to like pricing. I mean, I was just talking to my CTO today about this, which is like, you need to understand which feature is like the stickiest or what aspect of the product is the stickiest that once you get people into that aha moment and that once you try to take it away after the 2 week free trial is over, that it's a no-brainer to pay, right? So
Mhm.
like again, just trying to and there's really you can have your own like thesis in the very beginning, but honestly, like there's no better way than just getting users into it and then seeing what they gravitate towards. And a lot of times I would say like 90% of the time it ends up surprising you in terms of something you never even thought. So, and that will help you structure how to uh, how to structure your kind of like for your free trial and like what you're giving away and then like what you're taking away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I failed. So others don't do this. Don't fan out through Ultra Code, which does all the reviews to do ICP interviews and aggregate it back. It was fun exercise, but
Yeah.
real
I mean,
users.
I think it's okay. Like that kind of stuff, I've seen them. I mean,
It
yeah,
helped to sharpen some, but it
I get
just
it.
is
But don't
not.
rely the
Yeah.
reliability. It's part of I would look at it as part of like your R&D like research exercise, but like not it's not true customer discovery.
Mhm.
So like it might help you like go from a wide market to narrow down, but then I again like there's nothing that's gonna I think replace kind of like that human feedback until we start having bots buying from bots, but I think it's still far away from that. So cool, good update. Caroline, is there anything you wanted to share?
No update today. I'm sorry.
No, no worries, all good. And I just kind of sitting in until it kind of gets moment of inspiration. Cool, Ilya.
Yes, I published a new post on my newsletter, and also found another newsletter that we will be doing like a swap promotion with them. They will post about me, and I'll post about them,
Okay,
hoping to attract more subscribers. Uh, yeah, I think that's all. Also, I'm now kind of exploring a new idea for an app.
okay,
Basically, something like like event discovery nearby with AI agent. So
yep,
basically, it, sometimes it take. I mean, when I search for events, I usually go to Google, to like Claude, to many sources like Instagram and so on to
yep,
find some. So I'm thinking just to, kind of run a batch search through the agent to
okay,
surface all of those events. Yeah, just on the discovery stage right now, like exploration. Yeah,
okay,
so that's all.
got it. Um, cool. So, I mean, I guess like if you're trying to attach it to something tangible in the next 2 weeks, what would that be? Like if you're saying exploring the new idea or uh, publishing a number of posts, um, like to me, exploring a new idea would also then be like, I mean, you can get it to a place where you're ready to start pitching it to customers, or you can get it to a place where you're already starting to pitch customers. I think, but let's be definitive with what you're trying to do.
Mhm. Yeah. So number one would be for sure to publish a post with that cross promotion.
Okay.
Yeah, and the second one, yeah, I've got just a few friends for now that would be interested in this app. So I'm
Okay. So
curious
I
if
mean,
it,
like three
yeah,
three customer discovery conversations.
yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Cool. Again, like I think it's super important. I mean, I've just started this other group of accountability, and it's like, it's that when you're vague, it just makes it difficult to grasp as to like what you're trying to accomplish, right? So,
Yeah.
cool. Busola,
Hey, Chris.
yeah,
Yeah, how you
Hair
doing?
brokers.
So since the last time we spoke, I spoke to a realtor. I said I was going to speak to 10 brokers, but I mean, that hasn't happened in the past few days. So I spoke to a
Yeah.
realtor who's going to connect me with his broker. But the feedback I keep getting when I speak to realtors and brokers is that this is a product they really, really like. So I've spent most of the time just continuing to develop the product because even though I'm having conversations with brokers and realtors, I think like having the product in their hands and say, okay, here it is, give it to your clients or prospective clients. I think it would be a better conversation. So I've spent, I would say, 90% of my time focusing on the development and about 10% talking to realtors and brokers at this point in time.
Okay. I think definitely be very conscientious around like how much time. I know getting a product out and an MVP of a product is important for the confidence of how you pitch it,
Yeah.
but also like it makes me weary when you're like a lot of people want it, right? Like I would rather you say I spoke to 10 brokers and 9 out of the 10 brokers said that they would want these features and this is what we're deploying in the next 2 weeks, right? So it's like and this goes for everybody, but it's like the same thing, which is let's substantiate these anecdotal points with like hard evidence of like data. So I think that's just super important, especially as you continue to like refine the product. The moment you get your product out there too, it's going to change, right? Like how they look at it, how they interpret it, what the usability is, it's gonna change. So I think you got to just thread the needle and making sure that you get whatever you understand that they've validated already with find valuable, as quickly as possible to them, and then getting them to provide the feedback around, okay, this is what you had said you would find valuable. Now let me give me the feedback as to like how I can improve this, or like how would you use this?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Um, so between now and 2 weeks from now, uh, how far are you on the product and what can we expect on that side to then free up so it's not 90% of the time on product, but 50% maybe, and 50% on having these customer discovery calls?
Yeah, right now, I'm building the AI financial coach, and um, I would say, um, in about a week, I'll be able to free up more time to talk to more people, so that there's a fine balance between actually having conversations with people and continue to refine the product.
All right, so let's set for next 2 weeks. We kept the goal by 50%, get to 5 broker conversations.
Sorry, say that again.
5 broker conversations between now and 2 weeks.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Now, I have more access to realtors than brokers. So,
But the realtors are supposed to get you the access to the brokers,
to the
no?
brokers, yeah. Okay, yeah,
Right. So,
yeah.
okay. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Takeshi,
Oh, yep. Hold on.
you've been in the pilot for a long time. Where are things with that and then getting to a paid customer?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still working on the bugs. So we have a beta customer that we told you.
Yeah.
They didn't like some of our processes, so they used it and they said to fix the work order process
Okay.
for customization. So we're updating that. So yeah, still not ready yet, but I think it's close. A few more tweaks that
Okay.
you have to do, yeah. But yeah, it's not it's pretty complicated. So um the process I think is correct, and then they don't at the end like it when they use it, so I have to change it.
Yeah. Okay. Make again, like I think again, you guys gotta be careful about making a product that's just for them versus making a product that you can sell to thousands of these types of businesses, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, have you taken the product and gotten other feedback
Um,
beyond the beta customer?
Not yet. We have demos planned, but we haven't really
I
showed
would
it to
start
them yet.
that
Yeah,
because I would start that just so to make sure that you're not going
yeah,
down that rabbit hole of then like becoming a glorified dev shop for one customer.
yeah, yeah,
Um, it's just a good sanity check to do so that way you actually are building a scalable product and like because if you put all your eggs in this basket and it's like, you know, they could just string you along for another 6 months, to be honest. I've seen it happen a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I did go to the JCK last week and
Yeah.
talk to many of the stores. Or they're mostly wholesalers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have to adapt it a little bit to like wholesale. We do have
Yeah.
like some functionalities, but not all.
Okay.
Um, I think AI is one thing that they all want, but they don't really understand. So I think
Yeah.
the demo is going to be important.
Yeah. Okay.
But at the end, like another person told me like the jewelry industry is like shrinking. Um, there's a lot of owners that are like 70s or 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
They're very old, and then their kids do not want to take over the business.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They said that it's a shrinking market. I don't know about the
Okay.
demand, but just the store itself is shrinking.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe we need to have some other industry in parallel if if the kids don't want to take over. We talked to a lot of them, and the owner said that the kids do not want to take over the business, so
Yeah.
they might just shut it down.
That's fair. I
Yeah.
wouldn't, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think of that yet. Like,
Hmm.
even if it's just even if it's a shrinking industry, if you own that industry, like that's one thing. And like, there's no point in getting ahead of yourself if you can't even prove that you can own this
Yeah.
industry, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. I think it's just that it means that it's probably not super sexy or attractive for a lot to go tackle it, given that case. But I think it's a good test case to potentially build out
Yeah.
product and then figure out where you can go tangentially from there.
And there's another company. It's called The Edge. They're number one, I guess, in jewelry. I
Yeah.
think they have like 5,000 or 6,000 clients.
Okay.
But they just got bought out by this other PE for over like $100 million.
Yeah.
So they're right now everything is on the desktop for them. It's very old. It's like 30, 40 years old, the
Yeah.
technology. And
Yeah.
then what the rumor is that they're switching to cloud in the next 6 to like 8 months.
Yeah.
I think they're redesigning their system from desktop to cloud. So there might be some opportunities. Everyone's kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when PE buys, it's usually they're buying for the customer base, and then they're gonna incorporate some of their probably like portfolio company to revamp the tech stack. But they're probably getting it for that 5 to 6 thousand customer base.
Yeah. So
Um,
the transition from desktop, to cloud, I don't know how they're going to do
sure.
it, but there might be some opportunities to get
Yeah.
more customers during that transition.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it smoothly. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But anyways,
Cool.
that's what I found out. So I think we'll start targeting those other customers too that has to transition in the next 5 or 6 months. That could be
Got
part
it.
of the pitch. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I will start there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Kathleen.
Hi. Yes. So it's been a lot happening. I just completed this accelerator to help me like refine my pitch for my new offering, which is an AI CFO.
Yeah.
And I actually have 3 calls for it. But my customers have issues. So I've been pulling all-nighters the last week, like fixing these issues. And it's like basically they're doing some things that like this my system like didn't catch. And so now it's like I'm just like frustrated because I want to spend more time on this new offer, but at the same time, like the business, like the actual business and what my customers have been paying me for and that have been with me for like, a year at this point, like they have like new requests. So I've been building them. So now it's just a matter of like, I wish I could just, I don't know, just get everything done because like that's the reality, right? Like you have to do what your customers want, but also if you're exploring new offering and you have calls booked for it, like you have to have that ready. So that's my situation. I don't know if you've been there before or if you have any advice.
Yeah, I mean, it's one, you're talking about revenue retention, and then the other one, you're talking about new revenue, right? So, I think you need to prioritize based on what's going to impact your top line most significantly in the shortest amount of time. So, for example, if it's like, if you don't build these features for existing customers, are you going to churn them?
Mhm.
And if you churn them, what is that loss going to look like?
Yeah.
Versus if you don't build it, but you're not going to churn them, right? They're just going to be a little bit frustrated, but you can table that build for a while before they would churn, right? Then I would build the stuff for the new customers
Mhm.
because that's going to add top line faster, right? Um, and similarly, if you don't do that and you focus on the new feature, the AI CFO, and you're able to acquire new customers, it would basically have to be like you have to do like a projection of your pipeline and how many customers from your pipeline do you think you can close? How much does that equate to? And then weigh that against what you could possibly churn. And if it's greater than what you could possibly churn, then I would focus on that. If it's not, then it's gonna be less than what you're gonna churn in the next like 2, 3 months. Then I would focus on the retention of those customers. Does that kind of make sense? But it's
Yeah,
like
it does.
you're building
Yeah, it
based
does.
on
It makes
where the
sense.
revenue is gonna go.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like the AI CFO, it's like a big question mark because it's a new offering. I don't know
Yeah.
what the sales cycle is going to look like. I don't like, you have I have a price in mind, but like what the market's going to decide the appropriate price, like I'm going to find out. So like, but for these other customers that like, it's going to sound a little bit toxic, but I'm just going to assume like if I don't get these done, they're going to churn because I did lose a customer last year. It wasn't even my fault, and I'm very much on high ownership on issues, but because there was like an issue with their API provider that I didn't fix in time, like they left. And there were also problems that they would like talk about and complain about and I didn't fix fast enough. So I don't want to repeat it with these two customers. They've been both doing me like giving requests. So I think you're right. It's like evaluating like what's going to make the most impact in the next 2, 3 months. Like I just also have to remember like I don't want to be in the same position 2, 3 months that have like a partially done like AI CFO because I've
Yeah.
just been like doing these requests. So maybe it makes sense to like time box it. Like if I'm going to time box like
Yeah.
just like I have my bucket of like work and just time box customer requests or you know I don't know. Like I also have like a contractor that could also start giving him work. I've only been giving him front end work. Maybe I could start giving him back end work, but it's just I'm just frustrated, that's all, because I feel like this would be so much easier if I had like full time
Yeah, I
people.
get it. It's frustrating, but you gotta just
Yeah.
make a call, right? And then you
Yeah.
need, so use what you have accessible to you now. And if
Yeah.
it's, you can't justify or you don't know where that revenue is going to come from when you spend this time on the AI CFO, then you're just tinkering. It's a project. It's not a business,
Yeah.
right? And
Okay.
so then focus on the stuff that is actually generating revenue, and
Yeah.
then maybe focus on continuing trying to sell more of those that kind of ICP of that current customer base, and versus trying to build out this new thing and then hold off the new thing until later.
Okay. Yeah. I have been telling my customers about the AI CFO and they're interested, but they're not like,
Yeah,
they're not like,
you're as a founder is getting ADD and you're like going to the next shiny object, but your customers
yeah.
are not, right? Like so there's no
Yeah.
point in doing that.
That's fair.
And,
Okay.
and that's a lot of founders do that. Like you go to a
Yeah.
shiny object, but like yeah,
Well,
I
it's
mean
not
I
just shiny object. It's more on like I want to expand my customer base because I do see a cap with the logistics sector, how much they're willing to pay, and
sure, but like I get
yeah,
that, but then to build up a wait list of like knowing that this number of people would pay for that once it's built is different than having a hypothesis that you're gonna have customers for it.
yeah. Well, I do have 3 calls scheduled for the AI CFO. But it's a big question mark if this is something they're willing to pay for. Because I mean, I could say yes, absolutely. But the thing is that like I already ran a business, already been through the game, and it's like people at the beginning they'll tell you, yeah, yeah, sure, we'll pay, and then in the end they don't, and then you find the people who do. So, I guess so we're
So
doing this
that's when you
bi-week.
can structure out like a LOI that's like has some terms in it,
Okay.
right? So it'd be
Yeah.
like a letter of intent to purchase if these criterias are met. And that way it's not
Okay.
necessarily a formal, like everybody can back out of LOI, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's a little bit more serious than just like a verbal commitment.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
understood. And
The
yeah,
main
and
thing
this
is
is
that
supposed to, sorry,
you
what?
want to get as close to just you want to give yourself the confidence that this is like as close to a possible like reliant on conversion to revenue as possible, right? So it's like you just you gotta be okay asking for that as early as possible. Like you're saying you're really excited about this. Great. Will you sign an LOI that says when I deliver this, you would buy it?
Okay, all right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
So I think for the goals for next week is complete the calls and like try to get one LOI. There's just 3 calls. Try to get one LOI out of it. And then also, have like customer requests completely done. Tested. I mean, I've already coded them out, but there's still little issues here and there. So I need but they
Okay.
like at that point, 2 weeks, it just like be all the QA, all the little bugs need to be worked out. I like coded out. I like pulled all-nighters last week to get it done. So,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Got it. Thomas,
Hello, hello.
how's it going? All right.
Good.
So last time you're still onboarding. It's been painful trying to
Yes.
put together an agent for that. Also still looking
Yes.
for technical co-founder. Where's things?
Yes. I would say we're basically all those are still going. Technical co-founders started working with me, so we kind of got to actually a pretty good place. He's been kind of working on the technical side of things. We haven't agreed full-time co-founder come on. We're kind of going to slow roll it.
Yeah.
He's he's I would say serious. He's worked for like some big folks and actually had a YC um, startup that has done quite well since then. So he's kind of high net worth, let's put it that way, and only wants to do something when it gets serious. So he's
Yeah.
basically volunteering and said, "Hey, if this keeps picking up speed, I will come on full time." So it's
Sure.
actually kind of perfect for me in a lot of ways. So
And I
that's
mean, I would go back to him though, like if it's picking up speed, have him define what that means.
okay.
Right.
That's a
It's
good
like,
point.
is it a number of customers? Is it an amount of revenue that you guys need to see? Like, is it to pay himself X, Y, and Z? Like that way you guys are both on the same page. And then it's like, it's very clear that when you otherwise you're just operating in this black hole.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And it's a good point. I was very explicit that I'm like, hey, when this does start kind of moving, I need you to be full-time committed, like a real person. And I made
Yeah.
that very clear, but I didn't define what that landmark was.
Yeah.
Um, Onboarding is still very painful. I'm spending a lot of time just chasing people. And I don't like, the agent I'm working on, it's not anywhere solid yet. My agent experiences have just been very buggy so far. But that being said, I've got basically all of the previous bugs worked out now, and I'm just waiting because it's kind of like whenever I get more input from the customers, I can progress things. But when I don't have anything, they're not using the system. I don't have anything to really focus. So I've been chasing like one of my customers has been quiet for legit a week, but I know that they're still active, but they're just not responding. And every time I talk to the woman, she's an accountant, and every time I talk to her, she's like, "Haven't slept in a week. We're closing our books, and it's a nightmare." Blah blah blah. So I'm trying to figure out how I can front load this or get as much out of our sessions because it's just hard because it'll be like 10 days in between our onboarding calls, and it is a fair amount of work. So that's still what I'm spinning on. And I'm trying to use the rest of the time to get my go-to-market kind of motion back and live.
Got it. Is it worthwhile to use like or what used to be, you know, it's now called Fin, but used to be like Intercom or like kind of like a pre-built agent or like product fruits for like in uh onboarding in the product or anything like that instead
I was actually just looking at Finn
okay,
this morning. I'm trying to figure out if there is anything that's pre-built that can kind of like make this easier. Honestly, I
sure.
feel like the biggest part that is a pain, and if anyone has experience around this, I would be interested, is the like getting a method of communication that's simple because a lot of times they're using like Teams and that's like where they're operating. And I tried to get them to add me to the Teams, but it just died with their IT team to getting me in there. But if I had a way where they could easily be like, they
Why can't
submit
you just build a
something.
Slack agent or Teams agent?
This is kind of what this was what I've been, that was my other angle of this. And I don't know, is that easy, doable? I don't know what it's like to get a Teams agent built and approved
It's pretty
in,
easy. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I had my OpenClaw agent build us a Slack agent and like, or help me walk through what it would require to build a Slack agent in like half a day.
okay, okay,
So, I mean, if you're using like Codex or something or like Claude Code, it could probably walk you through how to build a Teams agent where literally it's all you're trying to do is like instead of them inviting you, they just install the agent and then it
yep,
gets added to their teams. And
exactly.
then you can just you have that open loop of communication with them, right? So it's like you can use that as like the way for you to generate the notifications or nudges or whatever you need to do
Yeah.
to kind of get them to the next thing.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And okay, well, I think I'm going to lean into that then until I get back on a call with her, because I have a feeling if I can get away from the schedule a call type
Yeah, that's
amount of
gonna be a big one.
commitment,
Yep.
it's, and they can just like, hey, ping me on Teams or whatever,
Yeah.
then it will really make it easier.
Yep.
Hey Thomas, I highly recommend the superpowers skill. That'll get you 80% of the efficiency without having to build your own set of infrastructure. And you kick it
Okay.
off as superpowers brainstorm and then just ask your question. It'll do
Yeah.
specs, then it'll do plans, test-driven development, all that. So it makes it quite a bit easier to at least have some guardrails.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Cool. I think that is everybody that's on the call. Great. Next week I'm gonna run through like the product hunt uh checklist and share. I know Jason's eager asked about
Mhm.
that. We're gonna do another product hunt launch in the next couple of weeks, but we have a playbook of how to place in the top three that works pretty well. And if you're going to do a product hunt launch, you need to try to place, I think it's the top five ultimately, but it's in order for you to kind of get the exposure that it can or maximize the exposure from doing a launch ultimately. So, anyways, I'll share what that is. And for those of you guys that came in later, just wanted to share too that I'm going to probably get some fresh blood into this group. We just had a tech week event last week and there's like 40 some people that have expressed interest in an accountability group. Also, yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted as to what that looks like in the WhatsApp group. But we might have some more people coming in. Um, yeah, other than that, I think I'm good. I just want to make sure that, we're kind of approaching like the 8 month mark. Um, maybe for our next session, in addition to the product hunt stuff, just think through like really how else can I be more of like service to you guys or like what else are you looking to try to get out of this, right? Because a lot of this is just again me kind of being just somebody that's you're coming in and also with other people in the group it's like you guys are now familiar with one another, right? And it's like you guys want to be accountable not just to me, but you're trying to be accountable for your peers, right? In front of your peers, and just like you want to make progress because other people in the group are making progress. But like beyond that, I think I just want to know what's really kind of like motivating you guys to stick around and I really want to like get to a place where you guys have some like concrete, you know, picture of where you want to end the year at. And let's kind of like reverse engineer from that. Like we have like another 6 months in the year, right? So like where do you want to end this year? Really think about it in terms of like it could be like a bigger goal, bigger outcome, but then let's break it down by quarter. We got two more quarters and then by month, right? And then that we can just start piecing together like the baby steps to get there. Uh, so yeah, between now and next week just think through like what that bigger end of year goal would be. And then we can walk through, briefly around like how we can think about getting there and leveraging these sessions as a means to kind of again like accomplish those baby steps. I was reminded, I mean, I've been constantly reminded with like a lot of the stuff that I've been sharing with like the AI stuff now. You guys have heard me share it, but I've shared it across portcos and these events and and I know even though I've broken it down in a way that I would be able to understand as somebody that's not technical, like it's still less than 5% of people that's actually going to go and do it. And that goes hand in hand with the accountability stuff for whatever reason. But like, yeah, I think it's just, yeah, let's just try to think through what you guys really want to end up and let's try to get you guys there. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around. Talk to you guys next week. Product time.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you.